Current Air Force Academy Chief of Staff, retired Colonel Gail Colvin, was born in Harlem and grew up in the projects in Brooklyn, New York. She was taught early that she could be anything she wanted to be, and she took that lesson to heart.
You know, where you start in life doesn't dictate where you really end up. And if you are willing to take risks and be open to opportunities, think of how the trajectory of your life can change. This little girl born in Harlem never would have imagined herself, having the opportunities I've had, not only at the academy, but in the military, all the things that I got to do, just amazing, but also builds your confidence, your ability to think beyond where you're at the present, and best decision I ever made.
That, of course, is spoken like someone who had a marvelous 30-year Air Force career, as well as countless decades of community service in just about every place she served. When Congress decided in 1976 to open the doors for women to enter service academies, Gail's brother sold her on the idea of restarting a college career, which was already 2 years in the making, in order to begin again at the academy. As you can imagine, the Falcons were doing their best to field women's sports teams. Colvin, you could say, ran her way onto the track team.
The way I remember it, we did some sort of a PT test, and there was a running component to this. And when I got done doing that, an officer who had been observing said, "You're on the track team." So I was conscripted, as I recall. But interestingly, I had run track at club levels in high school, but just did not have any intention of doing it here, really wanted just to focus on my academics, and then this opportunity presented itself.
She not only was a member of the team, but a 4-year captain, which really started her career as a leader. The lessons she learned from being the head of a collegiate team have led her throughout her many years of service. Servant leadership developed early.
Thinking about how you lead teams, whether it's in the military or any organization, and the whole proposition of talent management. Okay, I ran track, I preferred relays, loved them, and I liked being on the anchor, and that was my strength. But you need somebody who has to be the starter, and you need the two people in the middle to be good at what they're good at too. So in any sport, everybody brings something different to the team. And I think the leadership lesson is knowing your people, understanding what their talent is, leveraging it so that everybody's contributing and not dismissing anyone's talent. We're all not good in the same ways, and I think about we all don't look alike, we all don't think alike, but everybody on your team has something to offer. And the leadership, I'd say, challenge, call to action is figuring that out so that the team is the best it can be, because everybody is feeling part of it, everyone is participating, and everyone is supporting each other. And I think in track that's true, but in any other leadership position as well in life.
Colvin has held down the fort for 5 different academy superintendents now, and she continues to build upon her career, recently being named a distinguished graduate by the Association of Graduates. She makes sure to point out to any young person thinking of coming to the academy that a choice to attend opens up a world of possibilities.
If they are open to service, and I think a lot of young people today are so multidimensional. They are into the service and giving back and doing things in their community to begin with. Whether they're going to an Ivy school or here, they've already got a little bit of that in their blood. And I think this is a place that you can develop and grow in ways that you wouldn't at some of those schools. It might be a little more narrow. And I think here you have an opportunity to really make an impact and then immediately graduate and start to lead people. And I think that's just an amazing thing that you get to do when you come here.